Hi guys, my name is Barry and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be ranking all 4 Terrifier films. Now you probably think, well, is only 3 Terrifier movies. No, there's not. There is Terrifier 1, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3, and we also had the Terrifier short that came out in 2013 officially with All Hallows Eve. I'm not going to be ranking them based on the All Hallows Eve film, just the small Terrifier short that Damien Leone initially released before the first Terrifier movie. And the number 4 is Terrifier 1 from 2016. Now, I think it's still early days with the Terrifier franchise at this point, and as much as I enjoyed this film, I thought it was a good film. The only thing that this one was lacking for me personally was some sort of story and characters that we can get behind. Now, there were a couple of characters that I really did enjoy, but they either died too fast or we didn't get enough backstory for me to really get behind these characters. So the only thing that you can really look out for and look forward to in this film is Art the Clown. And Art does what he does best in Terrifier 1. There's just not much meat on the bones at this point of the franchise, but it was still a good entry and a good beginning to the Terrifier movies. And then number 3 is the Terrifier short from 2011. Now, the Terrifier short is very similar to the first Terrifier movie, but there was something about this one that felt a little bit more creepy with Art the Clown on the road and getting the girl from the gas station and chasing her around. We just didn't know what to expect at this point. Of course, it's only like 11, 12, 13 minutes long, but we get enough to go, I'm interested in this Art character. And that's something that Damien Leone mentioned, that he wanted to get people interested in the character before he even considered making a feature-length movie. So of course it's not a long film, it's not feature-length at all, but we do get enough there of Art to really want more from him. And because it is a short film, we don't need to get a massive backstory on Art or any of his victims. That's why I like it a little bit more than Terrifier 1, because we don't need to see those backstories of characters that we just know that Art's going to kill. And then number 2 is Terrifier 2. Now, this is a massive step up from the Terrifier short and Terrifier 1 because we've got new characters now that we can build upon. I've said this time and time again that I want to see character development in these films, because the only way we can move forward with a franchise and an icon that could potentially be an Art is give us characters that are just as good as Art the Clown. There's no point in having Art without protagonists that can bounce off of him. So when you introduce characters like Sienna, now we're talking, now we're invested, because we want Sienna to win, we want Sienna to survive. There's other characters around her that we do get interested in. Whether they die or not doesn't really matter because we're invested in her. Of course, she's got a little brother Jonathan, but it is Sienna that we're really looking out for. So I think Terrifier 2 just elevates everything that was great about Terrifier 1, because we get the practical effects again, we get the blood, we get the gore, we get Art the Clown. He's more menacing in this one. We get a little bit more of a backstory with Art as well. So we get all the pluses that we wanted for Terrifier 2. Everything that was missing from Terrifier 1 is included in Terrifier 2. And the number 1 is the new one, Terrifier 3. Now, this ranking may change in the future. Maybe I'll go back and like Terrifier 2 more than Terrifier 3. I just don't see that happening, especially right now. I'm just fresh out the cinema from Terrifier 3, and it did feel like a cinematic film. It felt like a bigger budget Hollywood movie. It was obviously made for over $2 million as well, reportedly. So it had a massive budget compared to the other Terrifier movies, but still a very, very small budget in terms of Hollywood. And I was just amazed that this film was able to be released in the cinemas, not just in the US, but around the world. And it is getting a lot of people talking because it does have a lot of gore in it, similar to Terrifier 2. I feel like they did tone it down a tiny little bit, obviously in the mindset that they wanted to give it a wider release, but they still didn't hold back because we still got those really, really disgusting kills throughout the film. Children are killed in this film, not on screen, but we do see some aftermath of some of the deaths. So they are still edging along that line. I'm still surprised and shocked of what they showed in the film, knowing that it was a cinematic release. But we get returning characters for the very first time, apart from Art, of course, and Victoria. We get returning characters, returning protagonists. Therefore, we don't need that massive bloated runtime because we've already got those established people that we can get behind. So that's just my quick ranking on all the 4 Terrifier films from Damien Leone, guys. Now, I feel like I don't know where they're going to go with Terrifier 4 because I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping that he can outdo himself again with Terrifier 4 because obviously with Terrifier 1 and the short, they were still testing the waters with that one. But I feel like we got better with Terrifier 2 and then we got even better with Terrifier 3. So I don't know what's in store for us with Terrifier 4. I just know that I'm really excited for it, guys. But what is your ranking of all the Terrifier films, including the short? If you've seen the short, if you haven't seen the short, don't worry about it. Just rank the 3 Terrifier movies down below. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back seat! Tell me where you are, John!
Wolfman's got